Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out today's video. So today we're going to talk about some Sui Lalo in Legends. I've been pushing with this for a little bit, so getting familiar with the bases. This base especially pretty burnt out there. I think I see it at least once a day. The way I like to take this on is I come at the Eagle with the King and the Royal Champion, a Skelly spell, and a Headhunter, and that gets me the enemy King by the Eagle there, and I break the King in, and I also break the Queen in, and that's going to give me the Eagle, the enemy Queen, and the air defense and pathing, and usually gets me the CC as well, so works out pretty good. I think in this one we might even get that multi-target Inferno Tower. No, it's not going to get it. But here we go. Just letting the Queen do her thing. Still have the Queen's ability. I think she's probably going to have to end up taking down the CC because she is going to push up into that gold mine multi-mortar area. Not that big a deal though. I have 2 poisons just for this reason, so that if whatever comes out of there, she will be able to handle it pretty much no problem. There we go. And she beats the wall until she dies and the super minions go down. So here we go with the balloons. I'm going to send them in. Coming into a multi, anytime I'm coming into a multi like this, especially with the Royal Champion there, I'm going to use a freeze, a Skelly, and a Rage. Or just a Skelly and a Rage to make sure the Skellies can get the RC down. And we got the blimp all the way to the town hall. We're going to freeze up the town hall and the wizard tower to make sure the balloons and the dragon can take it down when the sweeper's pointing at him like that. We're going to rage up for the other scatter. We have 4 balloons in the bag, so I'm going to place those. And now we just wait for the balloons to make their rotation around the base. And we got ourselves another triple here. The thing about Legend League is that you see the same base so many times that once you see it enough, you're bound to learn how to triple it. And that's kind of what happened with this base. Everybody's using this base at some point, or everybody has used this base at some point, but yeah. And we're just cleaning things up, taking a little bit of time here. And we can move on to the next raid. Alright, what do we got next? Okay, this one is definitely not a base that I've seen before. So whenever I'm doing these, I'm kind of looking, do I want the town hall or do I want to get the Queen and the Royal Champion down? And on this one, I decide to pull the CC with a wall breaker and also give myself access to the town hall. I kind of approach this one in the way that I approach box bases, and that is to Sui the Queen or the King for the town hall and use the King or Queen that I don't send to the town hall with the Royal Champion to take out a corner of the base. So that's what we're going to try to do here. Get rid of the CC. Queen is heavily damaged, but she should be fine in the end. We're going to use the Royal Champion to cut off the Queen so we could send the King in for the town hall. We wall break the scatter for the Queen in case she makes it there, which you never know. If you run into Skellies, whatever, she will or won't make it there. King is going to take down the town hall. The RC actually worked her way all the way into the enemy King and town hall. I'm going to freeze the town hall just to make sure that we can get that down because we're going to have to take care of the King before it goes down. And my Queen goes in for the scatter shot, and she is going to get it, which is nice. So now we have really sweet pathing through the 6 o'clock, right? So we push the balloons in, start them now. I don't even wait for the Queen to die because if you wait for your heroes to die, you're going to time fail. Pushing our way in, we're going to use both Skellies, one on the Queen, one on the RC. We put them early to tank a little bit because we know we can rage through there with the balloons, take care of the defenses, and the Skellies do have the strength to take down the heroes because the skeleton spell takes 2 shots to kill each skeleton. So there we go, pushing our way through. The balloon pathing was not the best. Like, I'm still working on my Lalo pathing, but we do have a lot of balloons alive. We still have plenty of spells to get through this base. We should be fine. The scatter is actually stuck on Stone Slammer, so that was pretty unfortunate for the defender. But here we go. And we do actually miss the queen. I poisoned her. I missed the poison. And now we have a multi and a wizard tower in the core of the base, so it's not necessarily the easiest. And that's basically just comes down to I didn't cut the 9 o'clock corner off fast enough. However, it's not going to matter in this case. And it's simply because we have enough balloons and a freeze that we can overpower what's left here pretty easy. It does get really dicey. We do have a queen still up, but with all these balloons, they're going to one-shot her, and it's going to be pretty quick to get rid of her. Boom. And then we just have 2 trash buildings left. And sorry, Funky Chicken, I got a lucky day. Okay, so here we have a teaser base, which I actually love teaser bases with the Sui Lalo strategy because it just gives you the town hall for free. And because I have 2 poisons, it makes it pretty easy to take care of the CC. And here I'm just debating, do I go at the town hall or do I go for pathing, maybe try to get the queen or the RC, maybe a sweeper or a multi-target inferno, testing to see what's in the CC there and pull any traps. We did find the tornado. I decided to go ahead and send the king and queen in for the town hall with the poison spell. And what's cool with 2 poisons too is that if you don't use both of them, you can save it for the enemy hero like I did on the other raid, even though I didn't do that good a job of it. I also send the RC in here and I freeze because I did not want the RC taking too much damage from the town hall. Same with the queen. We're going to wall break the queen in here if she can make it. RC is going to handle these expos pretty well. We put a skelly down for the enemy queen. We're going to ability with our queen. We do have 2 headhunters that we are probably trying to save for the RC. And we get the enemy queen down. We're not going to get that scatter, I don't think. But this is good enough value here for what we needed. And we gave ourselves pathing because of the way the sweepers are facing, that we could just send the Stone Slammer right for the scatter. It'll tank the scatter as well as the scatter behind it. Getting the balloons coming in. And just trying to cut off the balloons at 9 so that they push into that sweeper. We have the warden here. We're going to use a rage there because things were just taking too long to push through there, and we needed to have that whole 9 o'clock corner push through that sweeper. Now we didn't have any balloons path to the 6 until we got that giant split because we had all our balloons clumped up in the same place, which is not at all what I want to do. So I got pretty lucky here, but working our way through the eagle. Of course, the eagle is going to be the last building to go down. We do have a lot of stuff tanking the royal champ and the wizard tower and the archer tower in there. We had so many balloons left that it didn't matter in the end that we left the eagle and royal champ for the back. We ended up pushing through with the balloons, and we have plenty of cleanup, lots of time. This one is looking like it's going to be a 3. But yeah, so slowly learning the execution. It took me a while to figure out different techniques. I think I am going to put out a Sui Lalo guide. There's a lot of guides out there that they just didn't seem to have the tips to help me. I already knew about a lot of the things they said, and it didn't make me a good Lalo player, so I didn't feel like it was necessarily a great guide. But here we have this classic base. But finishing what I was saying about Sui Lalo guides is I want to put out something that would have helped me when I wanted to start learning Lalo. I already know how many balloons it takes to take down a defense per se. I already know that when you're suing, you want to get pathing, right, or value. And I just want to talk about the tips and techniques of how to do that, what to look for me. And I'm still learning too, so I'm definitely not an expert. And when that guide finally does come out, hopefully it helps you guys more than some of the guides that are out there now. They just didn't seem to help me at all. They didn't really give me any information that was like, oh, that's what you're supposed to, But Anyway, so here I decided to Sui the backside. I believe there was an eagle in there with the king and queen. We still have the RC to place. We have the poisons down to take care of the headhunters and the minions. And now we're just waiting to see what's going to happen. Going to put the RC to get this multi-target Inferno. Still the queen ability. And we're going to get pretty good value out of this, actually. The Sui. Because the base is so spread out, like, two things about this base. The core is very dense, and then the rest of it is all spread out. So the Sui looks like it's smashing half the base, when really everything's so spread out back there that wasn't a whole lot of buildings taken down. So now we're going to make our push into this really heavy, dense core area. And the thing about taking on the heavy cores like that is that I always want to have the freezes and the rages available to stop the bleeding, per se, as everything comes in. I even use the blimp to make sure that I can get the town hall. And we have the tome there. We're going to freeze the town hall. We're not too worried about that scatter on the backside just yet. We have a lot of balloons up. Just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen here. We did place a really bad rage spell there. I thought balloons were going to that scatter when they weren't. That's a case of when you place spells where you wish the troops were. But yeah, we are going to eventually have enough balloons to actually push all the way back up to that scatter, which is incredible because I thought this raid was toast when I placed that rage and there was no balloons in it. And I was like, oh, well, that was dumb. But sometimes when you stick with the raid long enough, you can overpower the base with just sheer luck. Here we go. Minions, bowler. Working their way through the storage. Boy, this one does get super, super close. Does it come down to those skellies? Do the minions take down the bomb tower? They do, and then the skellies get there. Oh, that air defense is already super weak. Man, that was a lucky one. Okay, another very common, popular, classic base. This guy makes it pretty easy having the Royal Champ down here by the Town Hall, so for me the decision to Sui down here was like a no-brainer. You kind of have to do it. I bring the Wizard with my Sui whenever I see a bunch of Skelly Traps pop like that. Like right here they had 2 Skelly Traps pop. It just makes short work of those skeletons because what can happen is they can hang your heroes up long enough that you just don't get the value you want out of your king and queen. But here we go, take down the Town Hall. Gonna pull out the CC here in just a second. Bring in the RC to support the king and queen. King's getting a little low on health. Here comes the CCs. We'll put down the double poison. There we go. And we will start the Lalo pretty soon. We are, by suing the Town Hall, you have the option to use the Stone Slammer with the Lalo, and it makes the Lalo portion so much stronger. I've even used the blimp with the Lalo portion. I'm trying to get better at that because I think there's a lot of opportunities that I should be using that on and I don't. And it's very strong using a blimp with the Lalo portion to basically direct target specific high value defenses during the Lalo. But here we go, balloons in, going into that single. A few more balloons outside for pathing to make sure we have a push into the core of the base. And some balloons on the backside with the Stone Slammer into the Wizard Tower. Gonna freeze up the Queen there. Drop a Skelly on her. It was nice the Queen and the Scatter Shot were placed together, so it's pretty high value freeze. Gonna tome our way through the core there because likely there are a lot of red bombs. And there we go. Slowly pushing our way through. We still have 2 freezes. We use the Rage there on the back. Not the best rage. Probably should have saved it for that compartment at 4 o'clock, but live and learn. And everybody's working their way into that final Inferno Tower compartment. We still have the Stone Slammer, about half health. It's going to pop to the single though, and we are going to freeze up the Inferno and the Wizard Tower and the Archer Tower. The Expo is on ground, so it just made sense to use the freeze that way. And now we're just waiting to clean up the rest of these buildings. the old classic. I believe this is an Itsu base from probably Town Hall 12, if I had to guess. I can't remember exactly. It's just been around a very long time. And I've definitely seen it a couple of times with Sui Lalo. Sometimes it's better to Sui the Eagle, sometimes better the Town Hall. The Royal Champion there made the decision easy, but... Alright, let's go to the next raid. Okay, another 9-box base, only this time it is a little different variation from what we're used to, so I think we're going to go ahead and go for the Eagle and the air defense compartment again because we have the Royal Champion by the Eagle this time instead of the King, and that gives us really sweet value. She does, of course, aggro my queen, or my king. I send in a Headhunter and my Royal Champ to go in there. Royal Champ goes down easy. She does not have the hit points the King does, so this Sui was a little bit faster to start. King goes into the compartment with the Eagle. Not ideal. And 3 Ice Golem CC, which is not something I see very often. Wall break into the multi. There is no queen there, so we are definitely going to get that multi down if we can talk her into going into the compartment. And we do. King ability popped up there by the Eagle. RC goes down. King's going to come down and do us a favor by getting this expo compartment cleaned out, because this compartment getting cleaned out means the pathing is much, much nicer if we get it. And it doesn't look like we're going to get it, actually. Shoot. Alright. The pathing is still very nice, though. So we're going to start at the other Inferno compartment at 12. Here we go. Queen is in the core with the multi. I used to be really afraid of Laloing through 3 multi-target Infernos or attacking a base with all multis with a Lalo, but once you get used to it and you kind of know what to do, it's not a big deal. Of course, I was late on the Warden there, and that's going to make things very tricky. We're going to send the Blimp for the Town Hall. We're going to Rage through the core, going to Tome. Turns out there's not a ton of traps in there, which is pretty rare for a Legend League base. We still have another Rage, which we're going to use on the Scattershot compartment. No, we use it on the Town Hall. The Balloon to overwhelm the Scatter with no spells, which is very nice. And yeah, this was a horrendous raid. This was not clean at all. But it just shows the power of the Lalo, even when you don't deploy things properly. Slowly working our way through the 9 o'clock side of the base. Lots of cleanup on the back end, taking down all the trash buildings. There is, though, a CC building there in the core that looks like it's going to be left for the back. And we're just waiting for everything to get cleaned up. Slowly working our way through. That King has got my cleanup hung up down there at like 8 o'clock, which is really unfortunate. It's going to make time a bit of an issue here. We were lucky to have all those minions go for the CC building, and that helped quite a bit. But there we go. Got ourselves another triple. Let's take a look at one more raid. Okay, the final raid, another 9-box type of base. So, looking at this, I decided to try coming in at the multi-target Inferno at 6 and the Scatter at 4, and try to make that push into there to make pathing for this base, with the idea of going through the Town Hall if we can get that sweeper down. I also wanted to get that Inferno by the Scatter, so let's see if we can pull that off. King going in for the enemy queen, my queen and the RC going in for the Scatter shot. There we go. I almost hoped my queen would go out for the Town Hall, but I didn't have a third wall breaker, so it wouldn't have really mattered even if she did. It was much better value to have her go in and get the Scatter, the Expo, the Sweeper, and the Inferno, which she's going to do. There we go. And that is tremendous value right there. You really can't ask for too much more. Now I want to go through the Town Hall because the Sweeper facing the Eagle. It sucks leaving the Eagle for the back end, but and especially when you have to use the Warden ability right away to get through the Town Hall, and then you have a back end Eagle and a whole bunch of Wizard Towers and Airbows. But I thought, let's give it a try and just see, right? I don't want to fight the sweeper. We can get the town hall to scatter out of the way really easy, and we can also get the RC out of the way kind of mid raid. But so here we go. We're gonna use a skelly to activate the town hall. We're gonna rage. We're gonna tome. We caught the hound in the tome, which was nice, and now we start the Lalo from the 12 to meet up with our Lalo that came through the town hall. We still have a blimp. We're going to switch that to a stone slammer and work that into the 10 o'clock side of the base. Hounds are cruising over to go to the eagle and air defense. We put a few balloons in on the very back to cut off our balloons coming in from, like, I don't know, 12 o'clock side, I guess. And we still have a stone slammer, and this actually turned out really good. So this is just another technique we can use against these 9 box bases when we see them. But plenty of cleanup too. This actually went much, much better than I thought it was going to go. Interesting. Like I said, when you see the bases enough, especially these 9 box bases, you start figuring out interesting ways to take them down. And this is not a way that I'd ever done this before, so a whole bunch of storages at 3, probably plenty of time. Stone Slammer actually flies faster than the balloons, so I don't pop that just in case we need it to get there. Time is going to be an issue. But it doesn't look like it's going to be, and that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.